Namaste. Very welcome every one of you, online and here in person. May God always bless you. May God always bless everyone, and may the grace of God break our hypnosis, our dream, so that we can come back to life, so that we can come back to joy, so that we can come back to truth, so that we can come back to clarity. Because this is all it takes to come back to life, to truth, to joy, to clarity. All of this is here, right here, and always here. We are just learning to be here, where everything is, where life is, where truth is, where joy is. So very welcome everyone to life, to truth, to this moment, to joy. All it takes is just be here, and you will start tasting already immediately. And if you feel that you are not able to be here and talking to me can help you, you are well welcome. You can talk to me also.
Namaste, beloved. I feel very, very much here. But I remember you saying that it's in Hindi, and I know you will translate it much more beautifully. तेरी गली में सुबह से शाम करनी है, कभी इससे बात करनी है, कभी उससे बात करनी है. But I feel, कि I just want to be here and listen, and I feel, my whole being was just thirsty for this. And yeah, I want to thank you so much.
Thank you. It's very good actually what you are saying. Thank you for this interest and like this. But you were saying was that मुझको तेरी गली में सुबह से रात करनी, कभी इससे बात करनी, कभी उससे बात करनी. Meaning I just have to spend the whole day since morning till night in your area, in your lane, oh beloved. Sometime talking to this, sometime talking to that one. No? But just so that I can be here. No? This is very correct state or attitude of a seeker, of a thirsty heart. No? A heart which is full. Because seeker is nothing but a heart who is thirsty for truth. No? Every soul is thirsty for truth, but the seeker is such a state where that thirst has become more prominent and kind of, has started giving direction to life now. No? I want to tell you one thing very important here, that it is really very beautiful to be in satsang, to be able to come in satsang, to be able to absorb like the way you are absorbing. It is really, really very beautiful. Absorb means living the truth, digesting and making it your own direct experience and knowing, no? It's very beautiful. But there is something still that happens after we go out of satsang. Something happens. That as if we feel that it is all right. Like some kind of distraction, some kind of diversion, some kind of, going in a different direction happens after that. Continuously happening in many beings. So I just feel that it will be important it will be important to kind of go through it again. That what happens is that there are many seeds of ego inside us. After the soul lives the truth in satsang, then when the soul goes out of satsang, those seeds start, you know, taking shape of desires. And then we get into the grip of the ego again. The soul again, who could wake up and realize the truth, know the truth, kind of goes back into that state where it was suffering. For that state, for freedom from that state, the soul came to the satsang. That purpose is defeated somehow, and for that, to not let such a thing happen, we need what I call true clarity. True clarity. That this is totally important. That I do meditation, I go to satsang. Like this, there is no exception to this rule now. This is true clarity. True clarity will bring us, not that it is going to bind us to something. It is just going to make things clear to us that what is more valuable for me. Because it is not that when we are in the grip of egoic desires or the seeds of ego, that we are happy. No, we are very unhappy after that. If we were happy, then this message was not for us. No, we are unhappy. Every time we regret that, oh my God, what did I do again? I was doing so well and I again slipped. So for those of you who feel like this message or this sharing is that we need to come to true clarity, so that we can see where we start slipping out of our own true state of being into ego. It will help us. True clarity helps us, protects us in a way. Like mind includes the conscious mind also, and it includes the unconscious mind and energies also. And they produce so many things that there are very higher chances that we will get caught up in things one after another. And for that we need a framework in the mind, a spiritual framework of the mind, which is what I'm calling a stable state of the thinker and decision maker and true clarity. This is true clarity, Like it always tells you that no, this is I'm okay to do practical life things. I'm okay to do like this, but not going that far. That I start experiencing disconnection from my being, like this. So true clarity is very important. Also, what is very important is the touch of the true joy. That we keep in touch with that joy, the true joy always. Always means many times a day, not just once a day. Also very important, because that is going to reset our taste basically for life. Now we are more interested in fresh life, not the stale life. Ego offers only stale life. Now we will not have to make categories that this experience is okay and this is not. Ego offers only stale experiences. Basically, all the energies inside us which are rotating or forming in the egoic way, creating the egoic experiences, and the memory of ego, creating egoic experience. All together they are producing only stale experiences. And this true joy is freshness itself. And that comparison very quickly tells us that no, I don't want this. So also it is very important. And what is also more important than everything else is true knowing. True knowing basically is about you. Can you just be without depending on any experience? Can I just be here without depending on any experience? Because mind cannot distract us if we don't depend on any experience. If you don't touch any experience right now, no thought, no egoic feeling can touch you, isn't it? Try this right now and report to me that no, it was not true. Tell me. You check and you will know that it is true. When you are not touching any experience or depending on any experience right now, it's not that you are not here, but you are not here as you thought. We are not here as we thought. Our we are not our imagination anymore. We are the truth of who we are here. No? So all of that which I am sharing is right here, right now. Any one of you feel that you want to check and know, you can talk. So very good. Thank you. I just thought that I will add a little bit this because many times we come to satsang and many times we go away also. No? And I feel that less and less time is left in life and more it can become now urgent to not let these kind of things happen. No? Like let it be more a continuity. Oh, good. Thank you.
So you asked a question that check, right now, if you do not touch any thought or experience, then you know then I then nothing really mattered for me. It was just just
Actually, when you are living yourself and not any other experience that is happening inside, no? Right now, as you are living yourself, this yourself is radically different than any other experience. So there is no comparison that shall I live this or that. It's not like it's not like different shades of gray. It's not like this. No, it's totally like black and white, black or white. It's like this. However, if we are not able to live the truth of who we are, I share also for that purpose that we can live the truth of who we are right now. No? I'm not saying that you are not able to. Ekta, you are able to. You are living. No. And as soon as you are living the truth of who you are, do not become blind for experiences, because this mistake we make. This is going to cause you to be in a certain state of conflict with the experiences. This is not really what true awakening is. True awakening is also wisdom waking up in us, where we see that taste of my being is radically different than anything else, and I'm choosing to live the truth of myself. Does not mean that the other experiences are not there. Doesn't mean that other alternatives are not there. But I'm choosing the truth of who I am to live right now. So not becoming frozen or blind or anything like this. Very present, very simple. Like, hey, it's fine. Body and breath is there first of all. If no other experiences, there are all the experiences. As soon as body and breath is there, all the experiences are there also. No? So it's not a forced way of living ourselves, choosing ourselves. No, it's a value based, giving value to who we are more than anything else. No? You see, while anything else is there to be checked, to be compared. Not that there is nothing there, just the being. You know. You see. So thank you. It's very good. It's very good. No? Yeah, we might have noticed that when we are not feeling well physically, no? Let's say we have fever or a cold or something, um, our taste changes. No? Our taste changes. Like we are not enjoy tasting the food, taste of food as we were tasting before, isn't it? It becomes like something else. Like no salt is less, or spices are less, or taste is less as a whole, isn't it? Something similar has happened to the soul, I feel. When the soul is not living its purity of being, while it is living the mixed experiences of body mind continuously, as if it has lost its natural fundamental ability of experiencing life purely, like the ability of pure perception. No? It has as if lost. It has to gain that back again. No? By living the purity of our own being, we get back that ability of pure experiencing also. No? And in that pure experiencing, sweet is sweet, bitter is bitter, spicy is spicy, non-spicy is non-spicy. But none of them is causing any suffering. Do you see? None of them causing any suffering. No taste is causing any suffering. From where suffering comes then? You see? So soul has to come back to its own truth. Soul has to start experiencing its own joy. It's like a joyful experiencer. Living out the true joy basically means a joyful experiencer, but experiencing life, like body, mind, and experiences of life, no? Enjoying them. But a joyful experiencer versus a unhappy experiencer. No? You see? So good, good. Thank you, thank you. Very, very nice.
Rajee, I would like to read a question from somebody who is joining us via YouTube live stream. The name is Shetal Kumar, and the question is about the difference between silence and being. The question is like this: it's easy for me to remain in silence without thoughts, but being, I feel effort is needed, as I need to direct the attention to being.
I feel that. Thank you for joining in this stream. Thank you for joining. I feel we need to little bit understand here being. What is being? No? When we say that I am able to live in silence without thoughts, it is maybe only a primary report. As we will more sit here in silence, our more deeper wisdom, you can say, will wake up. Like deeper awareness will wake up, and we will be able to see that no, still thoughts are moving here. So still there are thoughts, and I am involving with them. No, it is noticed like this. Who is involved is the being. This who is involved in these thoughts is the being. When this being knows that I am involved and chooses not to be involved, this is what it means to be the being. No? And we don't need to be silent for that. You see? So it's a very immediate, being is the most immediate thing. Everything else is second, third, fourth layer, step, direction. Being is the most immediate thing right where you are. You are the being. Just you need to dissect in a way, or kind of, separate yourself in the knowing, not in the actuality, but in the knowing you have to separate yourself from everything else. Like you need to know yourself separate from everything else. So silence in this case is, I would, if we want to define, then we can say that in this case the silence is more, you are choosing to not be involved with thoughts, that you will experience a sort of a silence, a type of a silence, or a experience of a silence, no? Which is a nice thing. But the being, experience of our own being, does not require so much focus. It requires realization that I am that being who is choosing not to focus on thoughts, which is a good thing, which is giving me the experience of silence. Remaining in silence, meaning not going in the talks, conversations, or the thoughts of the mind. Remaining in silence. This myself, let me focus on myself now. So it will be very easily possible. You can do it right now also. Do the same thing that, hey, I choose not to focus on my thoughts right now. I choose to remain in silence. Meaning I choose to remain without being involved with the thoughts. Doesn't mean that thoughts are not there. They are there. But they are not there for you. They are not there for you right now. No? But this you, for whom thoughts are not there, is more like a state where we have come through effort. And you will not be able to stay in this effort for a long time. Before you lose this beautiful state, make best use of it. How? By becoming aware that I, who is, this myself who is choosing to not be involved, let me just be involved with myself right now, just for a moment. Like, let me feel and live my reality, my being, meaning my reality means my being. This you who is talking to me is the being. You can choose to live your reality right now. It's very immediate, really. It does not require previous, practice or previous experiences or in the spiritual direction. No? Because this is one thing which is always immediate. Everything is dependent on something, some process. But being is not dependent on anything. Everybody's being is right where we are right now. Immediately. All the time. So this is my response. Thank you. Thank you for asking. Mila, you want to say something?
Namaste, Rajee. Thank you so much for this very beautiful meeting and for that you're here. You can be wherever, but you choose to come here and help me. I'm very grateful to you for this. Thank you. Thank you so much. So I become a big fan of totality, and I want to live this life totally. That's why my question would be about. I feel that I'm living life a lot from memories and past experiences. And I would like to request you to explore together with me or to share how to live life from freshness and from nowness.
One thing that will let us begin with the most fundamental challenge here. The most fundamental challenge is that we ourselves, the being, is not acclimatized or not, comfortable in the present. So let us do this work first. Let us deal with this challenge first. Like the being is more comfortable in this model of ego, where we are not here. We are continuously in the thoughts, in something. Like either we are thinking, about the past, or we are anticipating, about the future in some way, So the soul has to develop the taste for being in the present first. And this is the main reason that when choosing to do something, we are choosing to do things from the default way of being. Our default way of being is person, false self right now. So when we are meditating, we have put together whole of our effort right now, and we are able to succeed in just being in the being that we are. But when we are functioning in the life, that time we are focusing on the accuracy of our actions and results and correction is taking place. We have a lot of involvement there. That time we don't have that much energy or presence left or available to us that we can, we can make sure that I'm living in the present. You see. So for that a separate effort is required when we are not doing practical life activities. That time, let us be comfortable in being in the present. No? Like right now. Even right now, that exact same model which you are talking about is present also. It is also functioning right now. So right now you can become free from that model where you live from memory. So become free from it right now. And what can happen, I will just give you a kind of a note here. What can happen is that you might have noticed that whenever we withdraw ourselves from memory, we feel some kind of fear. We feel the fear of not existing, first of all. Like, oh my God, I will not exist if I withdraw myself from memory. And this is where we have to break out of this hypnosis or identification. Our identification is not really with the body directly. It is more on the basis of body, but it is more identified with the mind. No? With the mind means with this model where we are living in the memory continuously. No? So living in the memory continuously to be who we are is living as the false self. Not depending on the memory for who we are is living as the true self. No? So test this right now, Mila. That are you able to live as the true self that you are right now or not? And memory in some subtle form, like some subtle memory will try to pull you there. And that is going to not really pose a challenge here, but more going to highlight the attachment you the self has for the in the memory. No. Attachment for the memory is not useful. Using the memory is totally useful. Attachment means you are still defining, the self is still defining itself based on memory. Attachment to the memory of the self when self is not doing anything right now. No? So it highlights that attachment for the ego state or ego self. No? So the self has an attachment to the ego self, and which is being highlighted here. No? And we are discovering the truth of who we are beyond being the ego. No? Like this. So say anything if you feel first, and then afterward we go further.
Yes, Rajee, I feel I'm able to believe what you share now, and also what came in front that I have a kind of a favorite state in me where I would say this is experience of myself, and this is come in front that see this is yourself, be happy. But then I can see that no, this is also memory. It's not the true state. It's also kind of memory which become favorite memory. Yes, and
Yes.
now I'm free from this also.
Yes. So when we have this favorite state, basically is that which is not the true state of being. Because true state of being should be the favorite state of being, but need not be the favorite state of being in order to live it. No. Only the value for it is more than enough. But by default, as I said, this is our favorite state. Like when doing practical life activities, especially when doing practical life activities, this is our favorite state. because everything is well connected. No, here all the wirings are wirings of threads of consciousness, threads of understanding, threads of clarity. They are all connected well. No, like already since our childhood they are connected in this way. No, it's not anybody's fault. No? But as we will choose to live the truth of who we are, even for some time, even for some time, not whole day. We don't need to practice being who we are when we are living in the practical life. We just need to start living who we are when we are not doing anything. No? And that will include, very nicely integration of who we are to remain as who we are when we are doing something. Very seamlessly and joyfully. No? Because it will require some changes, which will start happening already. No? So once this is done now that you are saying, and I feel that you are right, that now I am not living even this favorite state of myself. Now I am living my truth. Now you are not dependent on memory for being who you are, isn't it? So now memory will be all about what you are doing, not what you are. No, not for what, not the memory will not be for being who we are, but for what we are doing now. No, right? And there's a big difference between the two.
Yes.
Now our doings and their results will not define who we are. Rather, who we are will define in a way or dictate slowly or transform slowly all that we do in life, no? Like this. So now memory will be only functional memory as necessary, no? Because most of the memory is egoic memory, by the way. Most of the memory defines who we are, not helps us in functional aspect of life. No? That's why being free from memory basically means being free from memory of who we are. No, not the memory of practical life. No, not that let me forget how to drive a car. No, that's not necessary. So it's good. No, thank you.
Rajee, just wanted to check to you. Maybe because it's something like a new way for me, that's why it feels like this. Or maybe it's my misunderstanding, so I want to be clear then. It feels that this, if I can call state, or this way of living life, it's look like, when you go into the bed and before you go into the sleep, you experience this complete silence, complete rest, and complete, comfort. And everything has become one tuning, and everything has become in such a silence that you don't feel alive. You just feel, I don't know, this silence, rest, and comfort. Is it something true or not?
I could not understand the whole context. So you were talking about when we go to sleep, we experience something like this. But I could not connect it to our true state. So can you explain a little bit more in that direction?
Yes, when I'm in this, like you were sharing now, and I came into this state which I was trying to tell you how it feels like for me. And I feel that during the daily life activity, I've experienced this kind of state, and I wanted to check if it is true or if also I'm living in such experiences.
It is true. Because our true state is very similar in a way, but also very different to the state of rest or sleep. No? When you are not doing anything right now, You are actually really not doing anything right now. But there's a difference between the sleep state and this state where we are. You are aware that I am not doing anything right now. And also you are aware that I am. No, I am and not doing anything right now. This is not a state given to you as a gift or something. No, this is something, a state you have attained by your vigilance, by your effort, no, by your interest. So in this state, we are aware that I am not doing anything, but I am. In this rest state, sleep state, we are not aware of being, but we are also we are not doing anything. That's why rest is happening. No? So in this way, it is similar. No? But here, when you are aware that I am not doing anything, you are also aware that I can do when I want to. Right or wrong?
Yes, absolutely right.
So
You're like a cat which is ready to do everything. Yes.
correct. This cat basically is a example or given in the Zen. No, in the Zen that be like a cat, fully relaxed, like nothing is happening, going to happen ever, and still so flexible and responsive to life movement, life that immediately as soon as necessary you respond to it without any hesitation, attachment to the relaxed state. No? Like this, that cat does not have a attachment to the relaxed state. However, it is very deeply resting when resting. This is what it means that doing when doing, not doing when not doing. Because the being does not have attachment to the being state or relaxed state of being. It is something else. So that which has attachment even to the true state is not the true self. You see the point? That's why attachment in the direction of truth is not really useful. False self has attachment to the true state. And if we have attachment to the true state, then we have attachment to the false self. Which means that we are going to continue living as the false self. You see the point? And one very important point here. This you who is not doing anything when not doing anything, at a certain point will become clear about its own nature, its own truth, by not doing anything during this time. No? And that time, it will also feel or see that when I am doing something, not really whole of myself doing something, only part of myself does everything and part of myself remains without doing anything in the true state all the time. No? Like this. The analogy of two birds comes here. One bird always remains, the second bird always remains without doing anything. No? And the first bird is allowed to do as well as it wants to do harmoniously, no? In service to the truth, in service to the life. No? Thank you. Thank you, it's good.
Thank you so much, Rajee, because I was feeling that I'm again attached to some experiences, or I become attached to the silence or to the emptiness, because it feels very, how to say, unique. It's and also you don't feel the tiredness at the end of the day because of this. So it's kind of new things for me, and I'm very happy that I can clarify this with you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. It's good, it's good. Actually, the doing and non-doing together is a very complete package, and which will not let any misunderstanding remain inside us about who we are. If we choose to just keep doing and without taking a break out of it, or if we keep sitting and not doing anything also, it all of them, both of these two states have deceptions possible. In the doing, we become attached to a sense of doer, no? A state of doer, sense that I am the doer. I have to do, I have to do, I have to do, I have to do, like this. In the non-doing, we become attached to a sense of being. I am the being. I am just being. I am just here. No. Both are not really the ultimate truth. No. The ultimate truth is beyond both. It is a mix of two. It's both at the same time. doing and not doing at the same time. At the same time, actually. Every one of us, by the way, is like this. It's not one you only, Everyone is like this. It's about discovering it. So thank you. It's very, very good. Thank you. God bless you. Yatri, you want to say something?
Namaste, Rajee.
Namaste.
Right now, I am not. I am feeling that I am not living in a now. There is a lot of turbulence in the mind, and I am sort of living that memory of turbulence and negative states a lot. And actually, I did not want to join, but still I thought that, okay, I join the satsang and see. And also I thought to come in front and have courage to share and somehow come back to now and live satsang more deeply, intensely.
In this state, would you like to try heart breathing to test whether it works for you or not? I know it works, but maybe not for you at the moment. Sometimes we are in such a state that we are not able to do the practice well. So would you like to try?
Okay.
Because what it will do is, if you succeed, it will send a very good message to you inside that, hey, I have an option. I don't need to remain in the turbulence, no? So before you do this heart breathing, do just the breathing, in the sense that start with breathing out, with mouth open, so that that heaviness which is causing turbulence can start going out of your system already. Like this. And breathing in the freshness, the blessing of life. And of course, the attachment, the sense of compulsion to the turbulence will try to pull you, try to bring back yourself in this breathing. Whenever you feel you need more force, you can put more force into your breathing, no? Like more force in the throwing out the breath, more deeply breathing in every time. It's just about emptying yourself, so that this thoughts, feelings don't engage you so much, no? After this 3 minute of breathing, I'm sure you must be feeling lighter and more like less engaged or less turbulence here. This is the good time to start the heart breathing now. You can put your hand on the heart which is a reference point for us, the center of our being, center of our life in the body. And when, as the breath is coming in the heart, when you're breathing in, let yourself come in the heart. Let yourself feel that I'm coming in the heart. And when the breath goes out, let it go out alone. You don't go out of your heart. Again, breath comes in, you come in the heart, and you let the breath go out alone. You don't go out of heart. With every incoming breath, you come in the heart more and more and more. But when the breath is going out, you let it go alone. The breath goes empty. Breath comes with you inside. When breath coming in, it comes with you in the heart. When breath goes out, it goes out alone. You are left in the heart. You remain in the heart. Breathing in again and again, coming in the heart with full feeling, with full feeling, with full conviction, with full experience with the breath coming in the heart, with the incoming breath remaining in the heart, letting the breath go out alone. And continue like this until you start experiencing subtle joy, which is very different than any other form of happiness that we experience. Once you start feeling this silence, this peace in your heart, this is where you actually have started coming and residing in the heart more now. You can relax in your heart now, remain in your heart now, once you have started experiencing peace and this subtle joy. It is true joy, which is not dependent on the state of energies, which is not dependent on the memory and what they are producing in the inside in form of the experience. So remain in this coolness, in this sweetness, in this peace, in this joy. Now every breath highlighting the joy more and more. Every breath which is coming in is highlighting the joy more and more. Highlighting that I am in the heart, I am in this silence of my being, I am in this joy of my being. So good, nice, thank you, thank you. Please continue like this. Once you feel contented like this, afterward, if you feel like talking, you can talk again. Right now, more focus on the heart, on the joy, on the silence. Because really, it takes this much to be out of that turbulence. Not that the turbulence or the possibility of turbulence has ended, but you can deal with those things much better from the silence, from the peace, from the joy. So first thing should be, let's come out of it into the heart. And then from here, let me see what is the best thing to do for right now and for future. Uma, you want to say something?
Yes, thank you so much for this heart breathing. I have a very nice report because since some time when you introduced this amazing practice with us, I am continuously doing it and continuously benefit is growing. Like not just I am benefited now, it is stagnant. This benefit is growing in many directions. So I am feeling to share because I am very much excited. It is covering many things. And first of all, a difference I have noticed that initially I listened and I was just doing on my own, like thinking about it and doing. But when I started doing it with the recording you shared on YouTube, it is only 5 minutes, not long, and any time in a day we can spare 5 minutes, and it is so good that we have this recording. And when I did with your voice, so it is amazingly different. Like immediately it brings me in the heart and joy feels, and this joy like sustain, not going, it remains, and it is so good for me. And uh, uh, before very much inner talking was happening, used to happen in me, and I was feeling troubled by mind, why it is inner talking continuously happens. And heart breathing also did silent, did calm down this inner chattering.
It does,
It
it
is
does.
so good.
One thing interesting about inner chattering, like from where it is happening really. This inner chattering is happening in a certain state of energies or vibration. No? When that vibration changes, this inner chattering also changes, reduces, or disappears completely. No? Like we don't need to deal with it directly actually, if we can change the vibration. No? And which is possible if we come in the heart of our own self, no? Heart of our own being. No? From here, this taste of our own being start coming out, and it start changing the vibration. But it is changing the vibration which everything uh, is constitute. No, everything is made of. No, including the inner chattering. So inner chattering is made of something. That something is the vibration, and that vibration, when changed from the heart, you see, the peace comes more. Like peace replaces the inner chatter. Like you don't need to fight with the inner chattering, because who will be fighting with it if we do that? No. Trying to fight with the inner chatter is like trying to remove the ripples from a lake, no, through effort, while creating more ripples, no, isn't it? So you are very right, and this heart is where we come to, and this heart is from where the harmony comes out in the energies. No? our energies are living in disharmony for a long time. Disharmony does not have many regions. It is just one region, that we are not living from our own origin, from our own original vibration. Just one region. All other regions are just excuses, that because of this conditioning, because of upbringing, because of surrounding, because of people or anything. No. So this is from where the harmony comes out in our life, in our body, mind, in our energy. No? Harmony means things are flowing nicely in rhythm, like a beautiful dance together, not fighting with each other. No? Not like a sword fight and bloodshed. No, which is what is the case generally as a person. Inside, fight is going, war is going on. No? So I invite all of you to use this heart breathing, to understand deeply and come to your heart and live the joy. Joy is nothing but the harmoniousness of the soul, or not? It is the first taste of harmony, no? Where everything looks fine, like there is no complaint from life right now. It feels like this or not when you are living in yourself. And that can happen in our practical life also slowly. But practical life doesn't need to change for that. Our state of energies that has to change fundamentally. Our way of looking at, our way of relating to life has to change. The state from where we relate to life has to change. And this is possible actually. So this one thing can bring change, can bring harmony into everything inside us. Let's say when we are trying to solve any problem out of this experience of disharmony, who we are that time. If we are the true self, we will not try to solve it because we know it cannot be solved. The harmony is the answer to it. But if we are the false self, even if we have solved it, we will remain as the false self, which will continue creating the disharmony. Do you see the point? So our major problem is not that there is a disharmony in the energy. Major problem is that we don't know the source of this disharmony. What is the source of this disharmony? How to remove this source, this root? No? The root is the self itself. Root of disharmony, root of harmony, both is the self itself. When the self starts living in its own joy, in its own harmony, it stops creating disharmony. You see the point? Then it start creating harmony also very soon after that, no? Meaning it start doing things from the harmony. That's where harmony comes out in the energies of body mind also, no? Thank you. It's a very good report and very potent one. That's why I had this, inspiration to share a few things like this. Thank you.
Yes, Ji, thank you so much. And you shared about harmony. Exactly, it is happening. And that before it was like inner fight was very much inside me, very much disharmony. And I just, as you also shared before, like some time back when you shared this practice with heart breathing with us, you shared that only focus on this. Just do not fight with disharmony right now. And I did this, and it took care. In this harmony is like now more bigger, becoming more, and it is affecting very nicely everything. Even I deal practical life with this harmony, and everything feels like fine, not complaint. And I live more. Like before it was, I was not living. I was just pulling myself like forcefully to live.
Oh. I understand it, yeah. I used to love one poem. जिंदगी भर घिसटने से कहीं बेहतर है वो एक लम्हा जो तेरी रूह में बुसात भर दे, वो एक लम्हा जो तेरे गीत को शोखी दे दे, something like this. I don't exactly understand the meaning, but essentially it means that one moment is better than the dragging of a whole life. That one moment which can fill your heart with joy, which can give melody to your song, no? To your song means to the doing, which can give harmony to the doing, no? To the song, which can fill your heart with the joy, no? That one moment is better than the dragging of whole life, no? You see? And then that one moment never ends actually. It is the eternal moment. It's the eternal moment. It never ends. It never goes anywhere. It just remains. The soul remains in this forever now, no? Like this. Because soul realizes it's my own nature. That's why dealing with disharmony is not necessary for the true self. Dealing with disharmony is not possible for the false self, because the false self is creating the disharmony continuously by doing anything and everything, like creating more ripples, no, in the still lake, no, while trying to remove the previous ripples. No? You see the thing. I don't say that we don't need to or we should not work on our energies and mind understanding. No, it's totally fine. But the most fundamental work is come to your heart, no? And just stay here. Live here and live from here. Everything. No? Intelligence is in the heart, by the way, not in the mind. I always used to feel that we say that IQ. Mind doesn't have any IQ. It is the heart's intelligence functioning in the mind, no? Or it is the soul which has the IQ, no? Measured in the perspective of the mind, in the context of the mind. When we measure the intelligence of the soul in the context of the mind, we are calling it IQ, no? But mind doesn't have any IQ. It is more of a divine, more of a existential computer, no? So thank you. It's very good.
Rajee, this is another question from YouTube's live stream from Sayali. I have rephrased it a little to make it more clear. I hope it is fine. So the question is, from where the developing of mind, emotion and thought start? Like we are actually the ultimate consciousness being, then how this becoming happens? Where is the root? How this being become?
Belief is the root of it. Let us try to see the thought. What is a thought? Let us try to see right now. When I say let us try to see, meaning right now. Let us right now try to see fundamentally, because it's a very fundamental question. And I will try to attempt to answer it in a fundamental way, but in the experiential way, not just the definition of it. No. So what is a thought? Let us see. The being and the thought. Let us look at it like this. Because being, is the absolute ultimate consciousness. We will find out right now, if you look deeply, we will find out that all of our thoughts are connected to myself, connected to I, myself, I. They are all connected to one thought called I. Let us focus on this thought I now. Meaning, let us focus on our self-knowledge. I thought basically is the self-knowledge we have about ourselves right now. The self does not need self-knowledge to be the self. So the thought I is not needed for the self, for the absolute self, absolute consciousness to be the absolute consciousness. No, it needs it for playing, for being in this play of multiplicity. No? Whenever the self decides to stop playing in a form, then this sense of I, this thought I disappears. It starts disappearing. And until then, all the thoughts are coming from this main thought, which is the intention of the uh, main of the absolute consciousness. So this is my definition. This is my experience also. Like we cannot think about anything without including ourselves in it. There is no thought we can have ever without having our thought in it. This is what I'm saying. In one way or the other, we are there. We are an observer, we are a thinker, we are a decision maker, we are something in it always. Are there any thoughts which we can experience in which we are not there? No. No thought is possible. Because all the origin of thought is this I, which is the first thought of the self who is beyond thoughts. Who does not depend on thoughts. It is the play of the self to play with the thought or the belief. So thought is the belief actually of the self. All the thoughts are beliefs of the self. There is no reality in them, in the sense they can be as close to the reality as possible, but still they will not be the reality. They will be still a thought or a belief of the self. Because the self has a direct access to reality. It doesn't need a thought for it, but it uses the thought for some reason. Find out. Let us find out, because you are the self. The one who is asking the question, you are the self. Right now, find out. Why do you need any thought? And if yes, why? Ask right now, and you will get the answer of your question inside yourself. You will get the answer of your question inside yourself. Do you need any thought? Right now, check. Do you need any thought to be yourself? If yes, why you need any thought to be yourself? This will show you the whole structure of thoughts, how thoughts happen. So thank you. Very beautiful question. Thank you for this beautiful question. Zoe, you want to say something?
Yes. Namaste, Rajee.
Namaste.
First, I would like to share the full of excitement that the retreat will start tomorrow. We're able to live the truth with you.
That's true.
Thank you. And especially when this meeting just started, you also shared that the true clarity, true joy, and the true knowing. I feel that now is getting more the clarity to live the truth, that I were able to live the truth continuously. So then I would like to know more about the true knowing also. Thank you.
True knowing, for true knowing, I will have to walk through a little bit. No. So, like, be with me here. What is true clarity in one sense is like this, that when the true self that we are chooses to settle certain things, for a much longer period than mind is able to provide. Mind is not able to provide very long-lasting understandings. No, they are challenged very quickly. They are highlighted to be not stable very quickly. No, but when the self becomes more conscious about its possibilities and abilities, it chooses to kind of settle certain things that, hey, I really don't know many things. And this is one of the true clarities. Hey, I don't really know many things. But it becomes clear about it forever, in a sense, that now it will not bother it continuously. That what about this? But I don't know this. No. So it becomes very quickly free from it. Hey, what is this? I don't know this. So the distractions of the mind very quickly, very quickly drop. They disappear. Because we are distracted by something which we are attracted to. So we are attracted towards something where we have a hope that, hey, this thought, this feeling, this process, this understanding can help me. No. But as soon as we are able to reach to some kind of true clarity about things inside the mind, it helps us in remaining free from the mind. Like we really know when we need to attend the mind and we know when we don't need to. Which is most of the time. Most of the time what mind is producing does not need to be attended. What mind is producing does not need to be attended for most of the time. Only some time when it is really sending an alarm or ringing an alarm or calling for a need of the body or of practical life or something like this. So the self start waking up already here. This is what is awakening at the level of mind. True clarity is awakening at the level of mind. No? Then this one feels that, okay, things are kind of settled now, little bit. No? Then if this one will already start feeling what we can call peace. No? This is where we start feeling peace. That, hey, I'm peaceful now. Because peace basically is a more of a experience of the self at the mind level, where it is not bothered by many things. It is more kind of single-pointed and nicely doing what it wants to do and able to do most of the time. No? Then it feels that, hey, I'm fine the way things are. Or it may feel, no, I think there's a more potential here. Then it will come to something like a simple practice like heart breathing or something like Satsang or something, deeper, where it will come to this true joy. What is this true joy? Let us see true clarity brings peace. What is this peace versus true joy? Okay. Peace basically is the experience in the mind where we are involved but not bothered, not disturbed, more harmonious, joyful. No? Like more succeeding and not defeated continuously. However, joy is an independent experience of the self without connecting or relating to anything else that we are doing anywhere in the mind. Just being but not doing anything. And we experience something similar to the peace of the mind. But something more juicy somehow. Something more alive, something more tasty, something more sweet than what we experience in the mind, the peace. And this is that true joy. It is the taste of the being only. It is the taste of the self only, And once the self is kind of happy with it now, it turns towards something deeper now, as you are turning now. That, hey, there's something possible to be known also. I can know also something now, And why you will feel that I can know something now? Because now you know that I don't know anything. I'm living the peace, I'm in the mind, I'm living the joy in my heart, but I don't know anything, no? Because now you know that you don't know anything. Because now you know that mind is not the place of knowledge. No? And what is true knowing basically is knowing first of all that what is false knowing, isn't it? Mind's knowing is the false knowing. Knowing this is essential for true knowing. No? When the true knower knows that my knowing is false knowing, this is also true knowing, Zoe. This is the beginning of true knowing. No? Then the true knower feels that, yes, it is true that I don't know anything, but I am, I exist or not. Then this somehow turns towards itself, that everything else I am not certain, but I am certain about myself. Let me know myself. Like let me start this knowing or true knowing with what I am certain about. So it starts living itself in the hope, with the intention that let me know, like let me have some true knowing here. No? And this is from where the true knowing, actual true knowing begins. No? So there are two versions of everything that we know. One version is that we know as the self, the true self. Another is that we know as the false self. And we have not known anything as the true self yet. That's where the true self feels that I don't know anything. No? You see? Then this true self that you are is feeling, hey, I want to know something truly. Then you just continue knowing yourself. Knowing yourself includes knowing everything else also, literally, not like metaphorically. While by knowing yourself more deeply, you will know the as outer things as breath, body, thoughts, feelings, and everything also. Yeah. So there are many different kind of false knowings, but there is only one type of true knowing. No? Like this. Which includes the whole universe, by the way. It's not like, oh, I just know myself, but I don't know anything else. No, it grows, it expands slowly, slowly, slowly. Everything is known. Because everything is one thing, it's not many things. These many things are basically one thing appearing as many, no? There's one thing appearing as many, one being appearing as many, no? You see? Which is such a beautiful thing to experience and to say even right now. It's such a beautiful thing to say. It is one thing appearing as many, no? As many means as many, all of us, no? So much love is felt here, so much joy is felt here, no? So this is what I could say. Please tell me if anything is still not clear.
It's very, very much clear. Now even I feel much more clarity. And it's so beautiful to know all this. And I feel even that it's very much relating to the wisdom that from inside to know all this or to listen to you all this also.
Thank you, thank you. It's very, very good. No? Happy New Year to you. Because you have a new to you too.
Happy New Year. Thank you so much.
It's a truly new year for you. No?
And every day is so much brightness that to listen the recording and today with the Satsang can leave the truth with you so much fresh.
Yeah, it's really very beautiful, and it is continuously joyful actually. Mind is the place where we are searching for truth. No, heart is the place where we are living truth. No, and it is all right if this is your joy to search for truth. But if you are suffering now, if you have started suffering, means if you have started feeling bitterness in your mouth, like the chewing gum has lost its sweetness, then it is time to come to the heart to taste the sweetness. No, there is just one challenge here that everybody feels the fear that I will not be able to go back to the mind and just continue search. No, it is true. We will not be able to go back to the mind and continue. We will not want to actually. Because what we were searching for was right here. In our own heart actually, in our own heart it was there. So either we search for truth or we live truth. These are the two fundamental choices actually. Not that, okay, where to find the truth and how to live it. No, truth is always here. Either search or live. Either we search for truth or we live truth. No? So thank you, Joy. Very, very good. God bless you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you. Very, very good.
Ji, I wanted to report something and then check about it also, Ji. Ji, I reported earlier also that there is some kind of unconsciousness or like seeing myself is seen and noticed. But when you were talking with Uma, that time I realized something else also, Ji. That this is not about what I'm watching, but how I'm watching is like more important, because for last few days I'm trying to practice the correcting myself. That living in present, like trying to be in present more and more. And that I found that this is somehow even not so much living, but that somehow is showing me many things. Like my trying to be present also bringing me sometime here, and that's somehow doing some magic, Ji. So I wanted to have more clarity on this because it's beautiful, Ji.
Oh, this is very good actually. So this is the whole thing. You have already started coming to the right place of being. Right place of being is this here, this now, no? This present, no? When you are thinking about yourself, where are you? And who are you? No. You are actually here. You are now. You are in the now. And you are that soul, that truth. No? But not living the truth of yourself, not living the truth of life, which is present in the present moment. No. Which does not mean that the truth of life is absent or truth of who we are is absent. Right? Just be clear about this. That the truth of who I am is not absent. Truth of life is not absent. I am absent from it. So do the right thing. Not searching for truth of life, not searching for truth of who I am, but learning in a way, becoming more clear why I am not living it. You know, like as if that other model of dreaming as a false self has something to offer to us continuously, and we want that, and we don't want this maybe. But now that you want this, that will be a very simple solution, like a very simple comparison that okay, what that offers. Does that model offers this what this model is offering? No. And you will find that no, it doesn't. And then you will very easily able to choose between these two models. No? And for the practical, as far as the practical life, physical body, existence is concerned, it all, like in the present, it functions so much better actually than the other model of ego. So there is no problem about that. That are all rumors in a way, spread by the ego. No? That oh, how you will do practical life things and like
that. This I wanted to, you brought it, I wanted to have it also in the realization, being in present, that what you said, you will be more capable of doing things and more whole. So this I am realizing also that this practice is, I think if I do it properly or correctly, then I no need to do anything. This becomes like whole sadhana, like it will bring me like together, like this is I am feeling now.
it is correct. It is correct. If you can do this one thing well, you will not need to do anything else, because you cannot do this one thing well without correcting everything else. You see? So this will highlight, but in a fundamental way now. Like either we superficially try to prune the tree of our disharmony, or we go to the root. This is the root. From where we start bringing harmony to everything from inside, like a health, like a strength. No? like a life, aliveness. No? However, I always feel that what I call Prabhat Shuddhi is always a good idea to keep combing out the dead leaves. No? Like keep removing the dead leaves every day. What's wrong in that? And dead leaves, dead branches, and everything else, fruits and everything, whatever is the dead. No, keep combing it out also. No? So, like your tree will shine well. No? Yeah. So it is true, really.
Feels like excitement also being this, doing this practice, that is not only this Prabhat Shuddhi. In the whole day also, whatever I am doing, it becomes like a Prabhat Shuddhi. Because everything what I am doing is somehow showing me unconscious and clearing it also. Kind of a popping up like this way.
It is true. It is true. Because we are not really. It's not like I am the self already and always, and there is something called ego self which I have to remove. No, we are the ego self. We are the self also. Like it's not that there are two self. There is just one self. When we are not living as the self, we are living as the false self that time. And as soon as we start living as the true self, we start sensing also our mistakes, no? Which is basically in everything. Here, what is satsang in this context is living as the true self. It's really simple as this. This satsang is offering many things, conversations, pointings, insights and, structured, sharings. But mainly, fundamentally underlying offering here is living as the self right now and all the time, all this period of satsang. You see? And not just me. So I'm not saying that because I am living as the true self, that's why only. No, there are some others also now. We are very fortunate in this group that some others are also living as the true self now. And they are continuously living in satsang. As soon as they plug in, they start living more than they were living before. And that is a very beautiful environment for anybody to live as the true self here. So for you, including for you also. Remaining in the present, living as the true self is actually same thing. It's not two things. You cannot live as the false self in the present. You cannot live in the present as the true self. You cannot live in the present as the false self. You see what I mean? So it is a fundamental choice we are making. It's not like many things have to be chosen. Many things are more a confusion created in the mind when we are not, it's not so urgent for us. That time we feel, oh, because of this I'm not, because of that I'm not, You see. Choice, when made, things become so quickly clear. No? So it's good, thank you.
Ji, thank you so much. Being here and being helping. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Very frankly, no promise of any tomorrows. Only guarantees today, right now. Let us make best use of right now, our right now, our today's. Yeah.
Now I don't remember why I raised my hand.
I had a doubt actually that I was not certain. That's why, but then later on I felt that, hey, you raised the hand. Yeah.
When we were doing the heart meditation and you said that you asked a question that in this particular moment, or I think I'm just reliving something, where it's I do not remember the question, but you had asked it to Yatri and to Uma, and the more I feel, the ambivalence, I felt that the attraction was to living the other model. But the more, when you asked and you offered, when you make a clear choice, then automatically everything just starts supporting that one choice of
I
living
know.
in the
So
model of
amazing.
now. And then there was, it, I just wanted to bring this to you because, yeah.
Once you have chosen to be in the present, everything going to support. It is true actually. Even practical life will support us. We will not see it as a support. It will not support us in a sweet way. Many times it will support us in a bitter way. That's true. But in satsang, in such a sweet way. In satsang you are supported in the sweet way, but in outside of satsang in a bitter way, but supported. Like, what is a disturbance of life? It's a highlighting that you are going out of the present again. No? It's not actually something happening. It's more an indicator for the state of being, from where it is being experienced, what is happening in the flow of life. No? You see the point? Like the self has expectations, self has attachment to the flow of life, to its results of its own actions also. Meaning so much expectation that it is not able to live its own joy. It feels that I can be joyful only as the result of something. No? You see? Meaning I will be joyful tomorrow. You see what I mean? This is where the disturbance is highlighting. Hey. And please don't misunderstand me. I'm not talking about practical life. Practical life is a very actual thing. You need to take care of your money and everything. That's totally fine. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about more that emotional attachment we have to it. So much that we are not able to live the truth of who we are. No? That is where ego lives. So the life flow and satsang is on one side. It is not two things. If you are not on two sides, everything will be all right. I do understand it's a little bit of on a lighter note, that I do understand the challenge of the self here, challenge of the soul here in the form of the seeker. Seeker really trying its level best, the soul is trying its level best to live as the false self. It is just that it is not able to. So the soul does not have a complaint about being the false self. It just has a complaint that it is not joyful. No? Just one thing, that it is not joyful. I want it to be, can it be joyful? And that's why many times the soul comes in the satsang, can my present state be joyful? And the answer is really no. Because the thing is, please understand everyone, the thing is that even once, the continuous joy that we were feeling in the false self state breaks, it is going to just break more and more. It's not going to be repaired now, ever. Because that model has lived its time now. No, its age now. No? It's going to just die more and more. Now, before we'll run out of all the energy of life, we should jump onto the other model, which is the way of the being, which is the truth of who we are. No? That's why anybody who starts suffering, they have no other better option than knowing the truth of who we are, coming to the joy of our being. We have no other better option, but we maybe many times don't understand this. No? So this is that on a lighter note, that we are trying to repair that which cannot be repaired. Like this self that you are, this heart that we are, where we don't even know, like Joy was saying, where we don't even know anything, and yet we are joyful, and we clearly know that this is true joy. This is the wisdom of the self, this is the wisdom of the soul, and the wisdom of the mind. Even if you feel, yes, I am, I exist, I exist, I am the self, and still there are all the doubts of this whole world. Yeah, that's true, I exist, but there are always buts here, no? In the heart, there are no buts actually. And I'm talking about the heart, not the emotional part of the ego. I'm talking about heart which is empty. It is empty of emotions. It is empty of ego. Our heart is empty of ego basically, but it is full of joy. It's full of joy, immediate joy, immediate joy. You don't need to wait for it. No, but we are just waiting in that mind, in the hope that one day I will be happy. No. So thank you. It's all good. Thank you. Thank you. If I had not lived in the mind for a long time, no, I would not have any clue that what is the struggle, why we are caught up in the mind. No? It was although it was a joy for me to live in the mind that time, and as soon as it was not joyful, I got out of it. No, by the grace of my guru and like this God. No? So I have no problem whatsoever in my spiritual past. No, that hey, any problem, no problem happened on time. Everything happened on time. No? I enjoyed everything, including being confused. No? Having the illusion that, oh, I know this, and then knowing, oh, I don't. You see? I want to ask all of you a very quick question, very rapid fire round type question. Any one of you who feel that I know myself, do you know anything else? Or is there anything else? Do you see this whole dream of I, you, this, that, body, mind, thoughts, feelings, self is created by the self and believed in too. When it is said don't do anything, when it is said don't move, what it means is that self is creating these thoughts and beliefs and eating them too continuously. Don't eat anything. Do the fasting. No? This is what it means. And the truth is revealed immediately and slowly, completely it is that the self is established in the truth. No? But the joy has to be understood. Like the true joy has to be like we have to hang on to the true joy really. Because otherwise we are going to be lost in the mind continuously and thinking that I'm progressing. No? Let's say somebody is rotating in a circle, no? Like a compulsive circle, like circle is moving and it is pushing them to move also continuously. What will be the progress in this? It is moving in a circle only, no? The progress will be tiredness or maturity that, hey, I'm in a circle. That will be the spiritual growth in this case or not? When we are caught up in the mind, understanding, true clarity is the actual awakening when we are in the mind. No? Not the experiences, not the correction in the state. There are no state that can be corrected here. No? Everything is in the circle. It will come back again and again. But we feel, oh, I became free, it comes back again. You see my point. So thank you, very nice. God bless you. Anna, you want to say something?
Namaste, Rajee, and
Namaste.
thank you for this beautiful satsang. I have a question about vigilance and discipline, and how do they, because I'm trying to be in the back seat, yes, and allow to be guided and led and just allow things to be, to not to have to be all the time in the doing, yes, and driving the car. And my question is where, like, because the vigilance and the discipline feel like still other, or like separate self. So this would be my question, where does this fit in? Because it also feels like that without vigilance and without discipline, also it's kind of like it's not resting. it's
It is
it's
correct.
kind of not good. If you can explain, thank
It
you.
is correct. See, our body mind, particularly mind, needs discipline. No? And our soul needs freedom. And our soul gets freedom into the embrace of the beloved within itself. But still, the body mind needs discipline. So why we need vigilance is not for imposing a discipline, but for not forgetting ourselves, for not losing self-awareness. So don't lose self-awareness and have that vigilance towards self-awareness. And this self-awareness is going to bring out the discipline onto the body-mind continuously. Because the self-awareness is that light in which the body-mind start coming to discipline by itself. No? Like if you feel that it is not working, increase the dose. Not anything else. So you don't need to impose discipline. It is that self-awareness is that state where you cannot do wrong. You cannot do the wrong. This is the thing. But of course, there are subtleties of it. No? That we may feel that I am self-aware right now. Yes, I am aware that I am myself. No? But are you involved in any doings of body-mind now? If you are, then you are not staying as yourself. No? Which is also necessary to bring out that discipline of the awareness into the body-mind. No? Because body-mind is living in unconsciousness, unawareness. So either it has the it has the support of the mind's understanding, which is more a collective understanding that we live in, that what is right, what is wrong, which is all fine also, part of the life. No? But also there is one more discipline that comes out of the self, which is the discipline of the awareness, no? Discipline of consciousness, doing things in consciousness. You know what I mean? Like not doing anything in darkness. This is what it means. And if the light of self-awareness will be shining, it will be always correct here. No? So making sure this. No? Tell me if you cannot correlate. I will try in another way.
It feels more like that the vigilance for me until now, it was some kind of sharpness and being on a lookout, more like that. And the vigilance that, like, for example, Papaji was talking about, or what I feel you are talking about, feels more like devotion to the moment, to the truth. And that is like the only discipline, sort of. Or am I not understanding right?
That kind of vigilance is a different thing, no? That vigilance is more part of our intention or desire to find truth, to come to the truth and to live the truth, no? But there is a vigilance required even when we have come to the truth also, no? I am talking about that vigilance, no? And this vigilance and that vigilance is also not so different really, because it is coming from the same intention, it is coming from the same self, no? Because why you are vigilant? You are vigilant to live the truth in this moment. And why you want to live the truth in this moment? And who you are who want to live the truth. Like your dedication to this commitment will decide how much you are deciding or committing as the self, or how much you are committing as the false self here, no? And I see that you are more committing as the self actually. That's why this is same vigilance actually. It's like you need to learn to relax a little bit while remaining vigilant. No? Because what is happening is that because of continuously seeking for a long time, As if when you have found, still you are trying to go somewhere. No, now you can relax. But don't let go of the vigilance. This is the point. Not seeking, but just remaining alert to not seek or not go anywhere now. This is that state of a cat, relaxed but alert. If necessary, you will take out your sword and cut anything which comes to distract you or to pull you. No? Or you will basically choose not to do anything. And let it come and let it go. Let me share with you this fundamental meditation, just sitting. This is actually most fundamental understanding of the self, of the being also. Just sitting and doing nothing. What is this doing nothing part? Is what we are talking about right now. Just sitting simply means living as the self that we are, living as the being that we are. Not doing anything means having that vigilance that based on my past remembrance, memory, I have been involved with things. And I don't want to be involved now. I want to remain connected to myself now. In fact, whole of you, meaning that same mind or same individual consciousness or attention, no? In this same mind or individual consciousness or attention, which is going somewhere to search for something, which is going somewhere to attend a thought or a feeling, is remaining here as a guard now. It is the same mind which distracts you has become the guard now. It is now guarding you. No? It's like this. Mind is not pulling you into itself. It is guarding you from itself now. Vigilance is when the mind is guarding you from the mind. This is that borderline and vigilance. No? And for that, if some effort is necessary, it is a very good effort. It's a very fruitful effort. So I hope that this helps you in some way.
Yes, it is in the just sitting, the change kind of has to happen, because from what has been conditioned and what I've been doing when just sitting used to be like this fine listening or fine tuning of what is happening around. So it was still like a doing, and that switch kind of has to happen where it is seen that it is still a doing, and that it is like fine tuning and being on the lookout, or I don't even know how to explain, like watching for others or other people's energies or what is happening around me, and then just like turning it to like what you say, being a guard for myself.
Yes. I understand now what you are saying. That so in this state where you are, where that shift has not happened, what are the options? The options are like this: that remaining alert to not do anything when you are doing your meditation, just sitting. Yes, you are doing that already. Then when you are not doing anything, this is what is vigilance actually. No? And this time when you feel that I am sufficiently able to withdraw myself from doings, this is the time to turn towards yourself. To ask this question, that who I am, who is not involved with anything now, right now. No? Because this is from where just sitting will begin. Just sitting is not about not doing anything. It is the opposite, that not doing anything, so that we can sit in the being. No? Now the sitting in the being will begin now. Like who I am, who decided to sit, and who is actually now not involved with anything inside, thoughts, feelings, or anything. Like exploring your own interior, like exploring your own nature, like what I am made of, who this myself, who is vigilant, what I am made of, what is my texture, what is my nature, what is my taste. And in this way you will not even know, and the shift will happen. No? This is the point. Because not necessarily the shift has to happen with a big bang, no. It can happen silently, and it does happen silently more than you know, more often actually. Because when you have worked with the beings like Guruji, have been in the presence of Guruji like this, the ego slowly melts, like, thins away a lot actually. And we don't notice. And because of that, you will not really feel that kind of big bang here. But after that, something very fundamental and powerful you will experience, like a very different fresh air of the being, like this. Like the freedom becomes self-sustainable in a way, within ourselves. This is what happens. This is what is freedom in a way, or awakening, that it remains by itself. It becomes a circle within itself. No? So this you can do. So I think it's good. Thank you. In this, just sitting in this meditation, let us try to understand. What happens is not that we discover the true self. No, we unbecome the false self. Please understand the difference. We don't find the true self here, because we are the false self this time, seeking for the true self. We just unbecome. Silently, we just unbecome the false self. That's where we feel the peace. Everybody feels some peace, some joy, some silence, some sweetness, no? In the meditation, even if little bit. No? Mainly it is the taste of our being, no? But because we are not able to let go of being the false self, we don't go so deep in it. As soon as we are able to let go of being the false self, which is what it means, don't do anything. Doing is connected to the false self at the moment. When we are not doing anything, we are not being the false self also. And then we cannot remain the false self also for this period of meditation. We will unbecome the false self, and we will just remain as the self now. We will not become the self. Let us not wait for us to become the true self. No, let us wait for the bliss of the self to be experienced as an indicator that, yeah, I am living, life makes sense again. Thank you. Nishant, you can talk quickly. I am going to end this meeting soon now.
Thank you, Rajee. Just had one question. Not sure if it was asked before. I had to kind of drop in between the satsang because of some reasons. Rajee, so you initially had talked about the impact of memory, how memory kind of prevents us from being our true self. So I was wondering, what is the connection here? So memory can be considered like a feature. No? Why is it that we are attracted to go back to the memory and keep churning it? Yeah, is it because there is like a base fear exists in the being or in the mind that we have this tendency to do like that? Maybe you could speak briefly.
I missed this part a little bit. Can you say again? That because
so I was saying that there's a connection between memory and why we are unable to stay as a true self. So the question was, why is it happening? Because memory seems to be like a feature. So what is causing, is there something additional to memory? Is it like there is a base fear or something like that, which is causing this
Oh yeah, yeah.
connection.
Oh yes, yes. I understand now. The every one of us is the true self. No, and every one of us also is holding on to the base thought called I or I am. Everyone, exactly in the same way. Afterward, the changes. There is a uniqueness. There is a uniqueness afterward. No? So up to this point, it is same. And as soon as we are holding on to a thought, which is the memory, now we will need to hold on to more thoughts or more memory. Only if we can go beyond this thought I am, we can actually say that I am not touching any memory right now. This is that tree, this is that connection. So as soon as we come to this thought I am, we actually have entered into the world of memory, you can say, already. It's just about how much. It's not about whether memory or not. This option is not here now. Before the I am, before this thought I am, is that field of being where there is no memory. That's why I always used to say also, and I want to encourage every one of you to focus on yourself, live the truth of yourself, but don't depend on the memory of it, memory of yesterday. Freshly live the truth of who you are every day, every time. No? Then you start going beyond that very model of memory. So Nishant in this case, if I may say like this directly, if it is fine for you, Nishant is the memory of the self that you are. You are Nishant also, you are self also. And the Nishant, the memory has to be maintained. Otherwise it will not be there. But who is maintaining it is the self and is not the memory and is not dependent on the memory to be itself. No? So don't try to remove the memory or transcend or go anywhere. Let the memory be here. Let yourself be here and examine your relation with the memory. No? Do you need any memory to be yourself if you don't need to be you don't need to be Nishant in this case? No? You don't need actually. And what is wrong in being Nishant? Nothing. Just know that it is a construct that you, the self, is maintaining. No? For your own joy, for playing in this divine play of life. Like you can be look at it like this in a way also, that body has its own memory. But body does not really know that it is memory, it is the body of Nishant or not. No? So body has memory, it's fine. No? Then mind has memory of what happened. No? Mind has memory also of who we were when that happened in the past. No? And that's fine, no? But who we were is only who we were. That is not end of life, no? Who we are cannot be covered by that, no? Cannot be cancelled by that, no? No, who we are only can know who we were, no? So who is knowing who we were is that what we are truly. So the knower of the memory of who we were is the true self, which does not need memory to be itself, no? So in the memory there about the self that we are, there are two components. One is the actual memory, like this is like the detailing of how we were, what was our state when we were doing anything or we were experiencing that portion of life. Another is something else. That something else has to be removed. And that something else doesn't need to be removed from there initially. Initially it can be removed from right here where we are. By living the truth of who we are, no? You see? Like the dependency on that can be broken from here where we are, from the present. That's why present is so important. Once that when that dependency is broken, then afterward we can visit it. Like let it pass through our self-awareness, and memory or anything connected to ego can be removed from that memory, portion of memory. No? Do you feel that it is in the right direction?
Yes, it's really very clear, Raji. So if I may just say, as you mentioned, so it seems that the core of the problem is the dependency that the self has, it keeps going back to the memory to define itself. So if we drop that one thing, things become more clear. We become in the present and we continue to stay in the present. Can it be said like this?
Yeah, we can say like this also. Yeah, but self can choose to be in the present more also directly, without trying to remove anything from the memory. That's what I'm saying. Like it can directly work on that attachment to the memory about itself without touching the memory. Like this is a more direct way. Working on the memory about itself, the self is choosing the much more indirect way actually. A slower way, very slower way. This is very fast way when the self starts living its own truth. Independent, like one single thing. It's a magic thing. It's a magic actually. It's a miracle of living the who we are. You will not need to visit the memory, really. Memory will visit you in a way. In a way of saying, but it literally happens like this, that the mind, the whole memory comes to you that, hey, please make me free also. Oh, the true one who has the true light now. Anything which want to be free start inside you, start coming to you now, inside, because you have the true light now. Because they all everything want to become free now. The same self which lives in the duality can live in the non-duality of life also. No? And that when the time has come, it chooses to live in the non-duality now. Hey, I want to live the oneness of life now, not as myself and my point of view and my life and everything like this. Practical life continues. There is no really problem in that. But the individual self is something reduced to much more a identity, like a driver's license or something like this. No? While self lives its truth now in everything. No?
It's very clear, Raji. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. What we call switch in a way, switch, that shift that happens, I feel is that point where we are able to see that even if I choose not to live as myself, I don't have this option anymore. Then you don't have this option anyway, no? Until then we feel that I have an option to be myself or not to be myself. No, we need to open our eyes a little more. We need to wake up a little more to see that we don't have such an option. You see? We don't have such an option to be myself or not to be myself. No. This is the point. Like, we have many options in one sense. But this option nobody has. This option is in the hands of the Lord. No. It's not in my hand that I exist. No. It's like this. And what a freedom actually. This is the freedom from choice. This is the true freedom from choice. So, are we free now? All of you? No? I think you ideally we should be free now, no? Because we are not free from life or source or Lord, no? We are just free from misunderstanding, free from a wrong seeking also, seeking which is wrong actually. Now we are finding ourselves here. We are living as who we are, who means not by some standard of spirituality, spiritual definitions, but just what we are, without trying to alter ourselves. No, you see, just being, just living as who we are. This is what is meditation, just sitting. No? Neither the self gains anything nor self loses anything. There was some very big misunderstanding is removed now. And the misunderstanding was causing a lot of suffering, confusion, and it is also gone now. Now the real life begins, the connection with the real life begins, connection with the source also begins now. No? None of us is free. We are connected to something inside us, no? What is that something? You know, what is that something? I have this feeling to highlight here the difference between longing and sense of lack. You know, sense of lack is a false sense of lack created by the false self. Longing is a true sense of growing in a way of flowering in a way, in a certain way, which is put in every heart, in every soul by the Lord, by the source of life. No? And we cannot be free from it also. You see? So what freedom we are talking about? We are just talking about the freedom from the false self and its imaginations about life and about everything, no? Like this. Thank you for joining. Very amazing satsang today. God bless you all. Thank you.